But first, look, this is every politician's nightmare, and it happened today on a beach south of Sydney. The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, was in Wollongong this morning with his team, thinking it would be a good idea to promote a local candidate for the upcoming election in a steel town. It had been a week where the Prime Minister had talked steel with the US President Donald Trump, but the steel town media opportunity went south very quickly. Apparently, none of the highly paid advisors in the Prime Minister's office understood the local anger over proposed offshore wind turbines that are planned for the offshore sea around Wollongong. And when locals out walking their dogs realised why the media were on the beach, they turned.
Why don't we put them out front of your place? Put them under the wind in front of
Thanks for coming out. How are you?
We don't want you wind farms. You don't want them off your property. Get out of here.
It's nice to meet you. Okay, thank you.
Get out of here, Albo.
Turbines are made of steel, by the way. And we want them to be made with Illawarra steel and domestic manufacturing as well.
Well, sadly, they're not made of Wollongong steel at all. Most of it comes from China, but it got worse. And of course, we all remembered the last time this happened to a sitting Prime Minister. I'll take you back to 2020. It was January, a red-hot Australian summer, and Scott Morrison had hurriedly have to dash back from a secret Hawaiian holiday as the east coast of Australia burned.
How are you?
I'm only shaking your hand if you give more funding to our RFS. So many people here have lost their homes.
We had 4 trucks to defend our town because our town doesn't have a lot of money, but we have hearts of gold, Mr. Prime Minister.
Any votes down here, buddy? Who votes Liberal around here? Nobody. No Liberal votes. You're out, son. You are out.
Scott Morrison never really recovered from that, and look, the "I don't hold a hose" comment that he later made on 2GB made the whole thing worse. Look, today's incident would be sending shivers through the Labor election campaign planners. They're all in an office already working out where they're going to send the PM. How are they going to plot where he goes on an electoral map? Just where they can't send the Prime Minister will be their discussion now. I mean, you've got 4 weeks of campaigning in the run-up to election day, and thanks to Labor's obsession with renewable energy projects and their 82% target by 2030, just 5 years away, by the way, he'll have to avoid regional bush communities who are white-hot angry. If you think those people are angry, you get out in the bush, as Peter Credlin showed you. They're angry. Not just about wind turbines, but thousands of hectares of solar panels on productive farming land and the ramming through farms of state forests and national parks of thousands and thousands of kilometres of transmission towers. It leaves safe Labor seats for Anthony Albanese only in capital cities, trying to urge sandal-wearing Green voters to vote Labor. I suggest he'll be going to places like Newtown in Sydney and Fitzroy in Melbourne. I'll talk to one of those protesters who gave it to the Prime Minister shortly.